Hey, well, I want to share a quick story with me that happened at... So, I want to share a quick story with you guys, and I had some time to reflect on this story after some time about it. It really shocked me, I'm just a country boy, right? I came from this place, my high school had like 800 kids, very small town, everybody knew each other, and so I went to this really big city, and sometimes I forget how big it is. Okay, this is a big place for me. And, well anyway, I go here at CSUB, sophomore now, just broke in, and one day, a couple weeks ago, one day, I was sitting in my room. I live by myself here, by the way. And sitting in my room, and doing my studies, right, before class. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Doing my studies, getting all my laptops on, my papers everywhere. And then you guys whoever got pulled over here, and the police has a little siren, right? You hear that siren going on, and then you hear it go, what was that, right? And you see the light. Well, I was sitting in my room, and I heard that police siren go off. Woo! So I was like, what the heck? And then I heard the CA. I'm not going to say the address, it's kind of confidential, I guess. My neighbor's house, the guy right next to me, the police goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, Criminal Road. This is the Bakersfield Police. Come out with your hands up. We have the place surrounded. I go, what the heck? I go over to the window right next to me. I look into the window. I see all these cop cars. These rifles on for you guys that play Call of Duty or something. They have these assault rifles. They're behind the fences. They're behind their squad cars. They have their helmets on. They're going to do some serious action here, right? I'm like, before you guys know, I'm half Mexican, so I'm like, oh, let's see what's going to happen. Right? I'm in my room, I'm doing my studies, I know that's important, but hey, something's going on here, so I can look, see what's going to happen, right? And then it goes again, 1, 2, 3, 4, Criminal Road, this is the Bakersfield Police, come out with your hands up. I was like, okay, let's see what's going to happen, man. And it's like, well, wait, I call my dad. You're like, I'm not going to call my dad. Oh, you better do something. No, I'm going to call him. Hey, kid, what's going on? So I call my dad, and, I'm not sure to worry him or anything. He's like, hey, everyone's going to believe what's going to happen right now. And then the cops again. This is the Bakersfield Police. Come out with your hands up. This is your final warning. And then my dad's like, oh, all right. Go downstairs, lock the doors. If they're going to run, they might come to you. You don't want that kind of trouble. Just lock it. So I run downstairs, locked everything, came back up, and I look outside, right? See what's going on. And there's this one guy walking backwards, the officer behind the pointing guy. Giving him instructions what to do. The guy's walking backwards. Okay. Right? They tackled him right away. And I'm like, oh, some action, right? Something's going on. I'm kind of glad they're not shooting or anything. There's a lot of cops with rifles pointing sort of in my direction, to my neighbor's house, but they're all over the place. And I'm in my second floor window looking out, And so this guy, they just grab the guy. And then the PA system goes again, shh, there's a Bakersfield Police. We know you're in there. Come out with your hands up. I was like, oh damn, there's more people, right? Make some popcorn. No. So, eventually they're waiting. And the thing is, now that I have some time to reflect on this, by the way, they all did come out and, they all lined up on the curb and they took a long time to close up, made me late for my class. But anyway, now that I have some time to reflect on this, I was thinking, what would I do if I was in that guy's shoes, right? That one guy that came out. He's probably in there, guys, we gotta do something, right? The guys are like sitting down, get behind the couch, they're pointing guns at the door or something. The cops are outside, and the guy's like freaking out. I don't care what you guys are gonna do, I'm just gonna leave. I'm And because it doesn't matter if we're going to try and fight them, we're going to lose, right? You think you guys, how many of you guys think you're going to win against the cops with rifles storming your house with a couple of your dude friends? Like, oh, you know, it's not like Call of Duty, you're not going to respond back. You're not going to get a 5-kill streak and get a chopper, okay? So, can you imagine if you were in that guy's situation? The guy that decided to ditch his friend, to ditch the peer pressure, and go decide what he trusted in what's going to happen. I mean, he knew he was going to lose. He knew that. It wasn't a question. It wasn't something that he doubted, like, oh, maybe I'll dodge all bullets and get shot in the knee and something good will happen at the end, right? He knew there was going to be pain involved, lots of pain and lots of suffering, consequences and that stuff if he didn't cooperate, you know. And the other guy, well, it was kind of like that guy, one guy left, and the other guy is like, oh shoot, you know, there goes our army, he was the toughest. I don't know. Something probably went through their mind psychologically. But this guy, can you imagine being that one guy, prosecuted by your friends, the people around you, the one trying to fill you up with those lies, hey, you might win, man. You're going to win. We're going to go to the neighbor's house, or we're going to hold him hostage, right? Well, unluckily for them, I lost yours. But anyway, so I had time to reflect on this, and does this sound familiar from somewhere? We're in this crazy situation that we're going to get persecuted by this world, by the people we know, the people that are not going to follow in this. They are lying to themselves that a certain outcome, like, oh, we're going to make it out. Like, they're the ones that's going to fail. The cops, they're not going to get us. We're going to ones that come drive away. We're going to make it to Mexico. The criminal's dream. You guys seen that in movies? Oh, we're going to make it to Mexico, right? Or Canada, or whatever. We're going to escape through the ocean through a helicopter. So we're going to be, like, in the Christian life, you know, especially those early Christian lives, and for you guys in this history book, the early Christian lives, and even today, we'll get persecuted by the people around us, by this crazy world. And then, I mean, could you imagine what that was going through? You might have, maybe he had cared for his friends, you know, he didn't just ditch him, like, oh, you know, F you guys, I'm just going to save myself, right? He probably knew one of his best friends, or the best friends were like, hey, get over here, I know this is going to be bad for you, or you think it's bad right now, but you'll thank me later, man, right? So he's sitting in a jail cell here, instead of sitting in, or laying down in a coffin somewhere, right? But doesn't it sound familiar? Doesn't it sound like maybe you've been there? That part of when you leave to follow this faith, when that guy left to follow that faith, that he was going to lose no matter what, kind of reminded me that no matter what's going to happen, God, His will be done. Even if you choose to lie to yourself, you can lie to yourself all you want, but the truth will still always prevail. And so, good thing that guy left and no shots were fired. Oh, well, I guess the Mexican side was like, oh man, I was ready for some action there, right? But the thing was, I was so into that situation where I was like, wow, that guy, that must have took a lot of, how do you guys say these days? A lot of guts. It's a very gutsy move. He was separated by himself, and he held strong to it because he had faith. And so, as you go throughout all those things, you have to hold strong to it because you have faith. You have to trust in it because you know that the truth will always prevail. That you will always be right. You will always get to that destination of the truth because no lies can cover it up. Those guys, if they chose to stay in there, they would have got shot up and destroyed, and maybe if they're lucky, maybe one of them got to jail or something. But those cops were ready. They were like armed to shoot. They were ready to go in and do their business just because Maybe they're like, oh, I never saw this on before. Wouldn't want to do that. But anyway, that was the point of the whole thing, and it took me, you don't see that every day, man. You know, your neighbor just gets busted like that. Oh my goodness. Or you put some perspective who you're living next to. So, have some faith. All you need is that little bit of faith, and everything will be on its way. Okay?